Hello guys, so today we're going to learn how to self-host N8N so that we don't have to pay for the monthly fees that N8N has. The self-hosting is going to cost only $10. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to go on Hostinger and we're going to create an account. In this case, I already have an account, so I'm just going to sign in. And then once we're in, we go into VPS and we get a new VPS. The VPS that we're going to get is the KVM VPS. Now we're not going to change anything, so by default they will get you the best location for the best latency. The lower the latency, the better the connection will be, and the faster the connection will be. Now what we need to do is choose the operating system. The operating system is going to be Linux with Coolify. So essentially, instead of having a normal OS, a plain one, we're going to install Coolify with it. Coolify is actually going to allow us to install different applications that will be free within the VPS. So we go ahead and install Coolify. On here, we want to choose a password. Okay, we're not going to touch the SSH key. If you are advanced with SSH access, then you can do that. In this case, we're not going to. Okay, so on here, we can go ahead and choose our KVM. For the base use that you'd need, you wouldn't need anything more than KVM1. KVM1 gives you enough RAM and enough CPU to get you started with N8N. And as you start to make some revenue out of your automations, then you can upgrade your plan to go with it. So for now, we're going to choose the normal one. Perfect, so that is that done. And now we're just going to wait for this to have the initial setup. I'm going to come back once it's done. So now it's all done. We're going ahead and manage VPS. On here, we're going to click on manage panel and it's going to ask us to sign up to Coolify. So if we sign up real quick, I'll save that and then get started. Click on next, and on here, server deployment, we're going to choose local server. So local and remote. Local if it's within the VPS, which it is. And we're going to choose that. If it was a different VPS, so if you were to have a main VPS and have different instances of Coolify, then you would have a remote server and you'd connect to that VPS itself. So for now, we're going to create a local host and we're going to start with a new project. So once we get to projects, we're going to click onto our first project. From here, we're going to click on a new resource. And as you can see, there's plenty of apps, and most of these apps are free. And we're gonna go and install the most important ones as we go along. For now, we're going to go ahead and look for N8N. And you got two options here. You got N8N normal and N8N with Postgres. Postgres is essentially a database that you can use further along to help you with your N8N workflows. So in this case, we're gonna use N8N with Postgres. Now, we have now got our instance installed on our project. What we need to do now is we need to change the name. So the name on here is going to be Danny's N8N, for example. Make sure not to use the apostrophes, because whenever you need to delete something or whenever you need to copy something, it's going to come through as a HTML code, which is percentage and 039 or something like that. Therefore, I'm just going to put Danny N8N. This is just for the demo. Okay. Then whenever we see a yellow box around anything that we do, that means that the items haven't been saved. So that's what we're going to do now. We're just going to save the item. And that's it. And the next thing we're going to do, what that's going to do now is going to download all the files from the Docker, and is going to install N8N on our instance, and that's how we get N8N for free. So once it's all completed, we are going to close this window with this X on top right, and we are going to wait for both these lines to be green, which in this case are. And up here you will say running. If it's got any issues, there will be a triangle saying unhealthy. So since it's running, the way we're going to run this instance is by clicking on the links tab over here and clicking on the actual link. Before we do that though, we need to save this instance into our bookmarks. We click on the little star on the search bar and it'll come up with your Coolify instance, and we can just call it Coolify and click on done. And that will save it, so you don't have to go and look for it and whatnot. Especially if you don't have a domain attached to it, you will have to use this URL here, which is a long URL. If you have a domain, we're going to go through in the next lesson on how to connect the domain to this. So let's go ahead and click on this. Once you go into the N8N, again, we sign up again with our email. So we're going to sign up to this. On here, we can put whatever we like. So we don't care about this. And this is your N8N. So instead of having to pay for your N8N instance every single month, you have one instance here. You can have as many workflows and you can run the workflows as many times, and you will be always paying $10, which is for your VPS. So it's not completely free, but to use N8N, it's free. And if you have as many flows that I have running, you will need something like this. But yeah, this is all for this. If you want to know more, join my community. I shall put it in the description below. Have a good day.